I want you to put your hand on yourself just like this. Go ahead, do it just like that. Put your hand right there. Now, besides you now, the whole world is filled with other people. So you might as well learn how to deal with them. Walk with me. Listen, I'm Billy Miller, the motivational minister. And listen, I love books. I've read hundreds of books that have impacted my life. And I dedicated this channel to sharing books with you that have empowered me in hopes that it will empower you. And listen, today we're going to be going over the book recommendation called Winning with People by John Maxwell. Winning with People by John Maxwell, one of my favorite authors. So you'll see me do a lot of his book recommendations. And as you see, listen, I'm an author as well. I write books to change lives. And I have a book that I want to give you for free called You Can't Quit Now. If you would like a copy of this book, just comment the word book in the comment section and I'm going to send it to you, no strings attached. But listen, this book here is the first book that I read by John Maxwell. And I've read a whole lot of his books, but this is my very first one. And the way I came across this, uh, I mentioned before that there was one year I read over 36 books. I'll put that video up here or look in the description of this video. That's a good video you'll want to watch about the year that I read 36 books. But I'm always strategic about my reading. So I just became a supervisor in a restaurant, and it was my first leadership position. And so whenever I'm learning, I always try to find the person who specializes in that area. So here this was, I'm new to leadership and I need to learn leadership. So I said, well, listen, who's the leadership person? Who's the person that's born for this? Who's where leadership is their thing? This is their expertise. And in my research, I realized it was this man named John Maxwell. I had never read his books, never heard him speak, but in my research, this is who I found. This was like America's top leader, a leadership guru. So I bought his book. And it was a book called Winning with People, right? Um, and if you like this book, also, I put all the links in the description of this video. But I bought this book, right? And I was reading that night. And so the way I would do when I read books, especially when it came to my job, I would go home, read the book, and then come to the job and apply what I learned. So the job became my playing ground, my playing field, right? And I would go home and read the books and get the information. And so there was a situation on my job where I needed to confront some of the employees, but I didn't want to confront the employees, right? Because confrontation is uncomfortable. I know I need to, but I'm new to this, and so I kind of just didn't say nothing, right? And so I went home that night, and this particular chapter I was reading is called The Confrontation Principle. See, God always line up books right when I need them, and that's the particular chapter I was on. And so as I was reading, I'm gonna read a little bit to you, and you just sit back and listen. I'll read. And this is one of the things he says. He says, "Why is it difficult to confront? We fear being disliked, misunderstood, or rejected. We fear the unknown. We're not used to sharing our feelings, and we worry that we will just make things worse. Let's face it, a few people have been taught healthy confrontation skills." Listen, I did not have any healthy confrontation skills. I wasn't taught about it. I just wanted to avoid it and just wish it would go away altogether. He continued by saying, let me see if I put something on the screen right here. Look at this right here. Let me just put something on the screen where you can read it. This is one of the things that stuck out to me. He says, putting off confrontation only causes the situation to fester. And so because I wasn't confronting the situation, it was just going to fester. It was just going to continue and get worse because I didn't say anything about it. Right. And I like this quote here. This quote was actually written in the book. I like books that have quotes from other people in it as well. Also, let me show you this too, if I can get it here, if I can show it to you, if I can get a hold of it. I don't know if you can see it. See that green? Uh-oh, that light messing up. Hold up. See, well, you can't hardly see. I got a green highlight on here. I don't know if you can. Hold on, I can. Anyway, this book is marked up. Trust me. But I just can't get the light is kind of shining off of it, so it's messing it up. But I most definitely marked this book up. But he had this quote in there from this other guy. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you. Hold on. Oh, there it is. He says, "Whenever I am," this is by a man named Fred Smith. He was a consultant, I believe it was. He says, "Whenever I am tempted not to act in a difficult personnel situation, I ask myself, am I holding back personal? Am I holding back for my personal comfort or for the good of the organization?" Just chew on that for a minute, because I'm in this situation and I'm reading this, knowing how to deal with it, because this is like a on time word, right? And I didn't address the situation. And then I remember this question right here. It says, "Whenever I am tempted not to act, because I didn't act in a difficult personnel situation, I ask myself, am I holding back for my personal comfort or for the good of the organization?" And truthfully, I was holding back for my personal comfort. I didn't want to have to be the bad guy. I didn't want to have to confront a fear of how they might take it. Are you following what I'm saying? And so I'm the supervisor. I'm new. And as a matter of fact, not only was I new, but I was under them before I got the supervisor position. So follow me on that. So here you have some employees that I'm over that 2 weeks ago I was under them. You understand? So it's kind of like, I don't want to touch that. But am I doing it because of am I not confronting the situation? Am I allowing the situation to fester because of my own personal discomfort or because of the good of the organization? And I had to be real with myself and I had to examine myself. And if that's you, listen, this is not the time to exempt yourself. This is the time to examine yourself. You may be in a leadership position at your job, at your church, whatever it's your business, whatever the situation is, confrontation is good. Look at this quote right here. He said, "Did you know," this is from the book as well, "did you know that conflict always compounds when confrontation is not done quickly and correctly?" You're going to have to know that. If it's not done quickly and correctly, it's only going to compound. The conflict is only going to compound. He said, "That's why your approach matters." And I knew, man, I'm going to have to confront this. I'm going to have to do this. And then he even shows you in the book the process of going through this confrontation, how to do it correctly. And so I did. I took their instructions. I went to work, and man, let me tell you what happened. Hey, I want to take this quick moment to tell you that not only do I love reading books, I also love writing them too. And I want you to check out the books that I've wrote. I'm a #1 Amazon bestseller, and my books change lives. Just like the shirt says, I write books that change lives. You see them right here beside me. Listen, to find out more about it, look in the description of this video and find out more about how you can get the ebook or the paperback copy. Now let's get back to this powerful teaching. So this is what happened. I went to work and I followed the instructions that I learned in the book. And I had a conversation with the employees, right? So afterwards, everything went fine. It seemed fine. So at the end of the day, I was talking to one of the chefs in the office, and one of the employees was leaving. And when the employee walked by, she said, "Hey, I just want to thank you for the way you talked to us today." She said, "You're not like the other managers who just come in there yelling and giving out orders." She said, "You really connected. You really, and I just want to thank you for that." And I said, "Thank you for sharing that with me." Listen, I want you to understand what just happened. I got 24-hour results. Do you understand what I'm saying? I got results in 24 hours simply by reading the book and applying the information. I read it the night before, came to work the next day, applied the information, and that was my confirmation of the result. The person said, hey, it didn't go like I feared it was going to go. I thought they were going to be mad at me. I thought they was going to think, oh, here he go talking. No, they didn't understand. They didn't, a lot of the stuff I was talking about, they wasn't aware. But the way I approached them, the way I did it, that's what helped them. Listen, this is a good book. First book I read by John Maxwell. If you're in leadership, if you're dealing with people in any kind of way, you want to get this book. The link is in the. If you want to order it through the my Amazon link in the description. I do get a small commission on that support my Reese's Cup habits. I know I don't need to be eating it, but this is how I pay for it. So help me out. So listen, that's a good book. I highly recommend it. I put all the ebooks or paperback. I'll put all the links to whatever they have down there below. But also, he did a follow-up book called 25 Ways to Win with People, which is like a spinoff. And I said, well, sure, I might as well get that one too. It's called 25 Ways to Win with People, how to make others feel like $1,000,000. And guess what? I did a video on this too. So check it out right here. Just click right there and I'll see you in that video. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay blessed. And always remember that the word is your life.